Alrighty, we are out in Celina, Texas today in the 10 Mile Creek subdivision. And let me get this gimbal working right. This home, sorry, allergies are terrible here in North Texas. This home behind me is 2608 Cedar Ridge Drive. Now, they just discounted the price quite a bit. It's down to $625 from $760. And this home's a 4-bed, 4-bath, has a study and a game room. Of course, sorry, like I said, when I shut my car door, pollen comes off it. There's so much pollen out. But this is one of the newer communities here in Celina. As you can tell, there's quite a bit of new construction happening. They're lifting something into that house. But anyways, we'll get right into this one. There is a PID tax. It's $366 a month on the 55-foot lots and full 406. I believe it's just over 400 on the 60-foot lots. Now, something to know about a PID, it can be paid off. It just takes time versus a MUD. It's there to stay. So we've got, give us the key to the model. We can head on in. We've got the doorbell. It works, so that's always good. And we'll head in. So you've got the office on the front when you first come in. Now, I've toured quite a few other homes in this community. This office does feel like it's a lot smaller than the other ones, but to be fair, I don't feel like it's unusable small. I think it's more than what you need. You've got the glass doors, which I like. Let me open those. It may echo really, really bad. See, more construction. So that's something else to know. Like when you move into new construction, you're gonna have to deal with some of those bigger trucks, more noises, but part of it, you're gonna need a little better interest rate, brand new home with a warranty. So I like the sloping ceiling. It doesn't feel small, but it is definitely the smallest office in this community that I film. Now, of course, it's up to you if that's too small for you or a deal breaker, but this office, I don't know which way I'd put my desk. I'd either put it this way. I wouldn't want my back to the window. I'd almost want to face the window. But let me know which way you would face the window. But if you're new, my name is Jake Enderman. I am a local realtor here in North Texas. So just showing you some of these model homes out in Celina. And give me 1 second. Okay, I had to get the phone straight. So came out of the office. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, the office space went into this closet. Just kidding, it did not. But this is a huge closet. I like they have your coat rack up front. Pretty nice carpet. And all the way back you can stand. I'm 5'10", so you can tell you've got, I don't know how many inches that is. Less than a foot of clearance, but you've got pretty good. And you've got this little storage area here. So great for storing seasonal stuff, extra storage. You could even make it, a dog room, whatever you really wanted to on that. And they have that shelf. You could stack a few things if you wanted. And we'll go upstairs here in a moment, but you find something to put there. Let me know what you would put there. I'm curious on your ideas. But come in to the left, you've got a full shower, sliding glass. No, it's not sliding, it just opens. With your glass door, which I like. No bench, so I don't know if that's something that would be a deal breaker if you want a bench or not. And you've got your sink, toilet, and this community has a lot of great amenities, which we'll get into here in just a second. This is your secondary bedroom and closet, which all the closets in this neighborhood that I've toured have been really good size, especially for the price point on these. So in this community, you're gonna get a ton of great amenities. It's also in a great location. I'll overlay on the map where it is. You can get to the Dallas North Tollway, or you can take the outer loop to 75 and get there pretty quickly. So you're gonna have a dog park, walking trails, pool, ponds. I don't think there's a fitness center, but I'll get on screen full list of amenities. And the laundry room on this one is a lot bigger than the last one I just toured. Let's see. You could definitely fit another freezer or fridge in here. Now, you wouldn't have a water line unless you plumbed it. You could 100% put a second fridge or deep freezer in here. And of course, you have your washer, dryer, and you're still gonna have a little bit of room. If you wanted to add like something to soak or plumb another sink in, you could definitely do that. You've got some good storage up there for your detergents or folded towels or whatever. you know, junk towels, whatever you may want in there. And then you've got, right off the garage, you've got your coat hangers, shoes, other miscellaneous stuff, and then your garage. So you've got the steps, and something I like about these is they're almost like a 2.5. And is this one a 3-car? Yeah, okay. This one is, the other one was like, it just had bonus. This one's a 3-car. So that's really nice. You could fit, obviously 3 cars, obviously. You could also put a truck for sure, because most Texas garages are 20 by 20. Not even like your F-150 or 1500 or half-ton size trucks fit. I got lucky, I got a 21-foot garage, so it fits. But unless you have a lift kit on, right, your 2500 or F-250 are going to fit in this garage. So it's plenty deep enough. You could also put a boat or make this a cool workshop. It's just really nice extra space for you to have with your hot water heater and all of that. So that's a nice add-on. You get a 3-car garage for sure. So I know I would love that. I wish that was an option to add on my house. And then this leads right into your main entertainment space. So you've got, they have this as dining, and then you've got your living. And how cool are those countertops? Look at that. I like those. There's a lot of counter space on this one. Now, your living room's plenty big. I feel like it's bigger than the last one I toured, which you'll have to check out that video. That one was 22. Which one was it? It was 2110, 10-mile reg. So it was at 585. This one's at 625, and this one's 400 square feet bigger. So I like this one. You've got the counter space right by where you could put your table, and it's a lot bigger table space. It also overlooks your upstairs. So you could have this being like wet bar, wine bar, coffee bar, china closet. Again, they're not soft close, but they're really cushioned, so they don't slam, which I like. Same with these, right? So I like that. You could do a round table for sure right here. I think probably a long rectangle table would be best, but that's something where it depends how big of a round table you wanted. You've got your fridge, more counter space here, little step-in pantry, and it's a lot of pantry space, A lot of them in North Texas would just be this little space, at least especially under 500. Now this one's at 625, so you're gonna get a little bit more, and like stuff like that. That's something you get off in your blue tape. I mean, that'll scrape right off. So, I like the backsplash design on this. You have a 5-burner gas cooktop. It's nice. Mine has a little griddle. You can get that add-on. That way you can cook things. You've got a light above the stove. 3-speed fan. If you're cooking something, throwing off a lot of smoke or steam, you can get it out. Got your microwave and oven over here. What's assisted cooking? Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at that. You can pick frozen. Does it have the time? I've never seen that. That's pretty cool. We got a little distracted there. That is one smart oven though. Anyways, you got your dishwasher, which again, all of these have the same dishwasher. They got this tray up here, which is nice for deeper, like I'm thinking grill tongs and stuff like that. Longer knives is great to have that. I like that the sink isn't divided. You can fit a lot more. Under storage is pretty good. Sometimes this will be a spice rack, so I always like to check. You've got your trash. You can have trash and recycle, or 2 trash, and either one of those. So this one, it's like it has 2 downstairs. I'm assuming a second bedroom is upstairs, but you get so much natural light. And look at all the windows in this house. There are a lot of windows. So plenty of natural light. If natural light is something you like, this floor plan would be great for you for sure. I'll get you the exact floor plan number here in a second. Looks like you've got your bed going this way. You could probably put like a little corner chair or couch. Then you've got your TV. And And then you have your bathroom. You've got a long countertop, plenty of drawers. I like that they painted the inside too. That makes it look really nice. Now again, there's no bench in the shower, so you've got a little bit of storage there. Maybe something you could add after closing, or if you're building from the ground up, that may be an add-on you could do. And those are just set there. Okay, I was about to say, there's no way that would be a weird place for light. I'm glad they don't. And then you got your toilet in here and your closet. Now, I need to tour a couple of the other builders in here. This is an American Legend home. I've only toured theirs. I had a client that was specifically interested in American Legend. I have to say, their closets have been the biggest out of any builders I've toured for that specific client. They're wanting in Celina, and I've toured probably 6 or 7 different builders and several different communities, and they've by far had the biggest closets. This exact floor plan is 1534C, so it's just over 3,500 square feet. We got to check out the backyard first. So they all have pretty good sized porches. Now, one thing to consider when buying is right now it's like, was it 3 p.m. in the afternoon? So this is not this particular home, right? Obviously, it's going to vary where it is in the community. It's going to get the afternoon sun. So if you like hanging out here after work, it's going to be really hot in the summer. So you'd have to install a sunshade or something here to keep that cool, because the sun is, it's going to come down this way and set over there. So you're going to get beat. You're not going to have the morning sun though. So that's the trade-off. And you've got your gas hookup, which is great. Super nice to have for grilling, and still have a decent yard. I mean, nothing groundbreaking or crazy, but pretty good sized yard. We toured the other one, backs up to the green belt. So you got a little bit bigger yard and no rear neighbor versus this one. There will be a neighbor there. Their home just isn't built yet. So like I said, you can see the dust. Part of that's dust, part of that's pollen. I live in a new construction community, so what happens is, right, they have like all of this black fencing is erosion control, but when it really rains, it just can't keep up. So the dirt comes over the top, the streets get all muddy. And once it dries, they have a street sweeper come through, and it's just a big brush. He gets rid of it, but it throws a bunch of dust in the air. So the pollen has been bad. I was sick for 3 days with allergies. So just know that is something to be prepared for. I don't know how pollens and allergies compare to in other states, but it was bad this year in Texas. But come in here, this almost feels as big as the the downstairs living room with your tray ceiling and your game room. So something I'll always point out, and I'm sure you've noticed if you've watched a few other videos, and if you're thinking of moving here, reach out to me. I'd love to help y'all make a smooth move here to North Texas. We've helped a ton of families do that. But what I always point out is you've got your living room here, and then the ones that don't have a game room, and you put like your secondary living room up here. If y'all are both trying to watch shows, it may interfere. So what's really nice, you've got your own game room, and this living room is a lot further away than that one, than what I see in a lot of homes. Normally, the living room, I feel like, is like where the kitchen is. So it's overlooking directly in. But with this one, you have your own game room, movie room, whatever you may, and it's really good size. So I'm trying to figure out which way you'd set it up. And you could go about any way you wanted. I think I'd rather have it be TV on that wall and longer this way, but you could do whichever way you prefer. So it's a really good size game room. You could make it a really cool like movie room, man cave, sports room, ladies room, whatever you want to do, crochet room, knitting room, anything you want to do, you can make it. And another closet. And again, there's so much natural light. Now that's going to be really fun to dust. So I don't know how you'd figure that one out, but you're going to have to figure it out because it's going to collect some dust. But you have so many windows that pretty sweet. And the tray ceilings up here, which I always like, will give you another overlook of this living room. Pretty awesome. So heading down here, we've got a full bath, And again, nothing fancy. I mean, I do like this tile. It's got a cool pattern, but pretty basic tile and tub there, but it's all the kids need. And you have your bedroom here. And again, bedrooms just feel bigger. Now this one is not as big. This one probably is a 10 by 10. So it's not as big, but see how the closet is. It looks about the same as the other ones, but I feel like I was saying you could probably fit 20, 25 hangers on each one of these. So it's a good amount of clothes, and you could always add a second one over here if you needed more room. So then you've got another little closet. I may have already showed you all that. I feel like I did. And you've got it in here. And this one has its own little thermostat in here. And so this one has its ensuite bath. So, and closet. Yes, so this one has a little bit bigger closet, which is awesome. You can let your kids fight over which one they want. But yeah, this one's pretty nice. And then there's a little something they need to fix up, but they definitely get that taken care of. Again, same tile as the other one. So I do feel like the bedrooms, this one's definitely bigger than the last bedroom we toured, but overall, I mean, I feel like they're good size. This one in here was definitely a little small, but let me know any questions you have, what other communities you want to see, and if you are planning to move to North Texas, whether it's the next 9 days or 9 months, reach out to me. I'd love to help you make a smooth transition, understand the pros and cons of all the different communities in the North Texas suburbs. So be sure to reach out to me. All my contact info is below, and be sure to subscribe. I do 2 videos a week covering either a home tour or comparing subdivisions, towns, whatever it may be. A lot of helpful information if you're moving here, whether that's locally, from out of state, or out of country. So have a good one, and see you in the next one.